Hello everyone, um, myself Chef Pallavi. Let's wait for some more people to join us. I just need to clear a few things. Am I audible to people? The video is clear and I hope I am audible to everyone. I'll start once again. I'm Chef Pallavi Agrawal, owner of Little Chicago Bakery. I run my bakeries in Ahmedabad and Indore. First of all, I would like to thank Amul India for giving me this opportunity. It's really very happy. Like, it's a very good news for me to get associated with Amul. Amul is, it's like a childhood brand for us. So since childhood we're using Amul products. So now to be associated with Amul, it's a very big thing for me. So thanks a lot to Amul for having me on your for giving me this opportunity. So before I start, I would like to give an introduction about myself. I am Pallavi Agrawal. I was a banker earlier. I was working with HDFC Bank and I worked with them. But baking is a thing I was passionate about since long. But I never gave it as a thought. I can pursue this as my career. But while doing this, I realized I should give it a shot to my baking passion. So I have did a tie-up with Corp Chef in Bombay. I was working with them. I was supplying different desserts to them. So after working with Corp Chef, I went to USA to study about baking. So I've joined Wilton School of Cake Decoration, Chicago. After completing my course, I came back to India and I started my first bakery in Indore. And after, we were running that bakery for 2 to 3 years, we got a very good response, and then now we have opened up another bakery in Ahmedabad as well. It's been hardly 7 to 8 months today. We have done in Ahmedabad. So this is what all about me. So I'll tell you what we are doing today. We are making a eggless or egg-free chocolate hazelnut cake. This is gonna loved by everyone. It's a very easy, no fuss recipe. Whenever you have a craving to eat some nice chocolate cake, though if it's a midnight, you can bake this cake very easily. All the ingredients are easily available in your pantry or to the Amul shops nearby you. First, I'll tell you about all the ingredients which I'm using today. Very first, I'm using Amul curd. Amul curd, which is 100 grams, and this has to be at room temperature. Not only curd, all the ingredients which I'm using today, it has to be at the room temperature. So first I'm using Amul curd. Second is my regular flour, which is again 100 grams. I'm using 100 grams of powdered sugar. You can even use castor sugar instead of this, but you should not use our tea sugar, that regular granulated sugar, because that sugar doesn't dissolve it properly in the cake batter, and when you bake the cake you will find the sugar particles in your cake. So if you have that normal sugar, grind into a blender and use that, or use castor sugar. I'm using oil. This is neutral oil, which means this is not any sort of flavored oil. You should opt for sunflower oil, or you can use any sort of neutral, but you should not use peanut oil or something, because these oils have a aftertaste. So if you use peanut oil, you will get the taste of peanut in your cake. And we are making a chocolate cake, so we don't want anything which is of peanut. The next one is I'm using non-alkalized cocoa powder. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm using coffee. So this is half teaspoon of coffee mixed with half teaspoon of water. So now the question comes, why I'm using coffee. So by adding coffee doesn't mean that you're giving a flavor of coffee. coffee enhances the flavor of the chocolate. And this is 2 grams of baking soda. Now soda has to react with something. So in this, the reacting agent will be curd. We are not using any sort of baking powder into this. We are using only baking soda. It's a very simple, no fuss recipe, and I'll be trying to cover as much as questions I can. But this is a live session, so if you have any questions which has been left out from my side, you can post it, and I will answer all your questions after that as well. So
can you just repeat quantity of oil and cocoa powder? People are asking for that.
Okay, so oil, I'm using 40 grams of oil. If you don't want to use the oil, you can use butter as well. 40 grams of melted butter. Don't use the normal stiff butter, use melted butter. Now this is 15 grams of cocoa powder. Good to go? Okay, so let's start baking the recipe now. So I've taken a bigger bowl, and this is a simple 1 bowl recipe. Just measure out all the ingredients and keep it aside. This is gonna help you, not to run here and there while you're making this recipe, because as soon as soda will react with the curd, this will start reacting. So very first, I am taking all my curd. This while I'm making, I am repeating all the measurements of my products. If someone wants to write it down, they can even write it down as well. So this is my 100 grams of curd. To this, I'm adding 100 grams of sugar, powdered sugar, icing sugar, or caster sugar. Now I just have to mix my curd and my sugar well. I don't want any sort of lumps into this. This is the only this is the only step where we are doing a lot of beating or mixing. Once we add the flour, we are not gonna mix a lot. So just make sure. Make sure you have to beat your curd and sugar very well. There should not be no lumps, nothing. It should be a very smooth and a clear batter, which is going to take approximate, some 30 to 40 seconds. I don't want any lumps of sugar. I don't want any lumps of my curd. And yes, your icing sugar, or if you're using powdered sugar or icing sugar, that has to be sifted, because these sugars have lumps. We don't want any sort of lumps of sugar to come into our batter. Once I feel all my sugar and curd has been dissolved well, I'll stop over there and I'll add my vanilla into this first. Why I'm adding vanilla initially while the beating? So that it gets mixed well, and when we add all our dry ingredients, this is going to mix really well. So I'm mixing all my vanilla. Now I am adding my coffee, which is again half teaspoon of coffee mixed with half teaspoon of water. Just don't directly add the dry coffee, otherwise it won't melt and you will find the particles of coffee in your cake. I have to mix it really well. Now see how my batter is. It's complete even batter. Now
can we use a beater to use?
Yes, you can use a hand beater to make this, but this is very easy. It's not very heavy cake. We're not doing a lot of beating, so I'm just using a simple whisk. You can use a hand beater. This is my flour. In this, I'm adding my baking soda, and I'm adding all my cocoa powder to this, and I'll just mix it a little. So I've mixed all my dry ingredients, my flour, my cocoa powder and my baking soda. Second thing, generally people make mistakes is that after adding the flour they keep on mixing, which is a wrong practice. Once you add the flour, you have to mix only till it get homogenized with the batter. If you overbeat your flour, your cake become dense. So this I am not going to add into in one go. I'll be adding this into 2 to 3 times. I'll add a little first. And the reason why I am doing this, I don't want again any sort of lumps in my batter. Now I'll mix first batch of my dry ingredients. Again, mix it well so that everything gets very well homogenized. No lumps, nothing. Now I'll add now see how my batter is looking after the first mix. It's all well mixed. Now I'll be adding my second batch of my flour. Now the batter will start getting stiff. Mix it slowly. Don't whisk it very rigorously. Otherwise, you will activate the gluten in the flour. And there is another myth that you have to mix the batter only in one direction, which is actually a myth. You can do it like this. You can do it like this. This is completely up to you, right? See. My batter has become very thick now. Now I'll be adding my last batch of my flour, or you can say that all my dry ingredients. Now the batter will become more thick. Go slow, mix it well. Don't put a lot of pressure. So these are the basic tips where we make mistakes and our final outcome didn't turn out well the way we want.
Chef, if you can repeat the recipe.
Okay, fine. So I'll start once again. I have taken 100 grams of curd, 100 grams of regular flour, 100 grams of icing sugar, 15 grams of cocoa powder, 2 grams of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and half teaspoon of coffee mixed with half teaspoon of water. See now, my batter has been mixed well. Correct? See, this is how my batter is right now, very thick. In this, I am adding my 40 grams of oil. So instead of oil, you can even add melted butter. But yes, after melting the butter, you have to bring it to the normal temperature. Don't add, just hot melted butter. Now slowly, all this oil will get incorporated into your batter. This will take some time, but be patient and mix it slowly. You will find कि ये सारा जो oil है वो बाहर आता जा रहा है, वो mix नहीं हो रहा है. But yes, this will be like this. You have to keep on mixing for some time, and you will find that all the oil has been mixed it really well. All the oil will get absorbed into the batter. I'll keep on showing the consistency. See, now the consistency has been changed. More oil has been incorporated. See, initially when we added the oil, we felt कि इतना oil mix नहीं होगा. But see, all the oil has been soaked up by the batter, and the consistency of my batter has been changed now. So here I am done. This is the easiest batter. I am done with the batter now.
Chef, somebody is asking that cup and spoon can be, if you can just tell the measurements of cup and spoon.
For the cups, you have to use Google, the conversion I've given. Like I've given you the recipes in gram, then you can use the Google to convert. This is my suggestion. If you are really into baking, try using the grams measurement, not the cup measurements. See, I'll tell you a very basic example. Flour has a different density and sugar has a different density. Say I've used both 100 grams. say if it becomes say 1 cup, the density of flour is light and the density of sugar is heavy. So when you use the cup measurement, your flour will be more because that has a light density, and the sugar will be less because it has higher density. So if you really want to bake, invest into a weighing scale which will always give you the same results. So now my batter is done.
Okay, Jeff, there are certain questions like, don't we need to add baking powder?
No, we don't need in this cake any sort of baking powder. We have used baking soda, and baking soda needs to react with some sort of raising agent, which is our curd.
Okay, there is another question was, can we pour the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients rather than mixing with the whisker or beater?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Can we pour the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients rather than mixing with the whisker or beater?
Yes, you can fold as well. That's not a problem. You can fold. So we have done this only. First, we have added all our liquid ingredients apart from the oil. In that, we have added all our dry ingredients. Yes, you can do the same. Not an issue.
Okay, somebody is asking for sugar quantity.
100 grams.
Somebody
I'll be posting the recipe on our page as well. You can go and check the recipe once again. You will find a written recipe on our pages.
Can we use ghee instead of oil?
Yes, you can use ghee, you can use melted butter instead of oil. You can. See, I'm using a loaf tin. I'm baking into a loaf form. You can bake into a 6-inch tin, whatever the way you like. Second, my oven is preheated at 180 degrees. So all the ovens is gonna work separately. My oven at 180 hots really well, but sometimes at 100, even at 160 heats really well. So you have to check that also. Now I'm transferring all my batter. When you bake any cake into a loaf form, the baking time increases because now I'm just spreading all my batter. I'm pushing my batter towards the corner. That should be the look. I've pushed it. Okay. Now I'll be putting this into a preheated oven. My oven is preheated at 180. My oven is preheated at 180 degrees. So in this tin, this is going to take approximately 35 to 40 minutes. In a loaf tin, if you're baking the same cake into a round tin, this will be baked within 20 minutes. Why there is a time difference? When you bake into a loaf form, the space is small, correct? And when you bake into a round tin, there is a more space. So the cake gets baked fast as compared to the loaf tin. Okay. So let me just clear it out everything so we'll have more space. Okay. In meantime, I'm ready to take some questions.
Okay, if somebody is asking when you put oil in the batter.
In the last, when I've mixed all my dry ingredients to my wet, in the last step is to add the oil.
Size of the tin?
My tin is 4 inches by 7. This is a loaf tin. If you're baking into a round, you have to use 6-inch tin.
Have you added chocolate or cocoa powder?
I have added cocoa powder, which is 15 grams to my batter. So this is a live session. So obviously we cannot wait till my cake gets baked. I've already baked a cake for us. There you go. So after baking the cake, I have when it's completely cooled down, I have kept in the freeze for 2 to 3 hours to get it set really well, and then I have demolded from the tin. I haven't demolded, when it's hot. I let them come down to the room temperature, and then I kept my tin into the freeze for 2 to 3 hours to get it set, and then I've taken out my cake from the tin. Any other questions?
How much time in round tin?
Round tin will take 20 to 25 minutes, not more than that. 6-inch round tin won't take more than 22 minutes. Okay, so my cake is got ready. Here I'm using Amul dark chocolate. I'm using melted Amul dark chocolate. I'm using 55% dark. It's up to you how dark or how mild that you like. Amul has a different variation, different percentage of chocolates come. Even if you want to use compound, you can even use compound chocolate as well, but it all depends upon you. I like using real chocolate, so I'm using Amul dark chocolate, which is 55%. I have even 75%, even 99% also. I like more bitter. So simply, I don't have to do much. It's very simple to decorate. I am gonna pour all my chocolate over the cake.
Chef, somebody is asking whether you're sharing the written recipe with quantity.
Yes, we will be sharing a written recipe. Now just spread the chocolate. It should cover your entire cake. I've kept my cake over a cooling rack so that all the excess chocolate will drain out.
How much chocolate?
I have taken 30 grams of melted chocolate. Now I am gonna tap this a little so that I am tapping this a little so that all the excess chocolate will drain out. Now this will take some 3 to 4 minutes, or if you can just keep this in the freezer if you want your chocolate to get it set really fast. Now I am putting all my hazelnuts. So what I have done, I have toasted these hazelnuts. I am not using just directly bought. I have toasted at 150 degrees for 5 to 6 minutes in my oven. When you toast the nuts, the flavor enhances. You will get a better crunch.
Chef, somebody is asking, can we use chocolate ganache as well instead of melted chocolate?
Yes, you can use chocolate ganache. You can use Nutella. The way you want to make, you can. Even you can add 3 to 4 spoons of Nutella in your melted chocolate as well. Now I am covering this with toasted hazelnuts. The cake is all yours. You can make the changes the way you like. This is a very simple and a basic recipe which I have shared it. So you can do your own plus and minuses to make it as per the taste which you like. So you can cover as much as hazelnuts or as less as you want. I love hazelnuts, so I'm getting a little over with the hazelnuts. So that's how my cake looks. So I'll be keeping in this freeze for 5 to 10 minutes so that when chocolate gets set, I can cut a slice and show it to you. In meantime, I'm ready to take some questions. Any questions that we have?
No, Chef, I guess
Okay.
it's
all,
covered.
all good. Okay, so I'll be posting the recipe on our page. You can go and check our page, Little Chicago. You will find a written recipe. You will find this video on Amul page, on our page as well. So whenever you watch, you can go and watch it again and do it and bake it home. And I would really like if you guys bake this cake and post this picture on your social media. Tag Pallavi Agarwal, tag Little Chicago, tag Amul. We would really like to see your creations.
Somebody is asking that can we make the whipping cream from the Amul cream?
No, you cannot make whipping cream from the Amul cream because there is a difference in the fat content. The fresh cream has a fat content of 25%, and for the whipping cream you need more than that. So there is a Amul whipping cream also come, which is separate in a pink bottle. You can use that to make your whipping cream.
How do we toast nuts in the oven, as in temperature and mode to be selected, and
Okay.
should the oven be preheated?
Yes, the oven should be preheated, and both the rods, the top and the bottom rod, should be on, and the temperature between the temperature should be 150 degrees.
Can we keep hazelnut while baking?
Can we? No, because the baking the duration is very long. Your hazelnuts will burn. What you can do, you can mix some hazelnut inside the batter. That's what you can do, but you should not put it on onto the top.
Okay, somebody is asking for your Insta handle.
136 Little Chicago is our official page.
Somebody is asking, they just want to check the pieces by cutting.
Yes, we are doing that. We have just kept the cake in the freeze so that my chocolate gets set and I'm able to cut a slice of it.
Any specific reason to keep in freezer and not fridge?
No, I've kept in freeze, not freezer. I've kept in freeze.
Somebody is asking the bake on the both roads.
Yes, now for baking, your temperature should be at 180 degrees and your upper rod and bottom rod should be on. And if you this again my personal opinion, if you really want to be a good baker or and you like a lot of baking, invest into a oven thermometer. You know what happens, the inside and the outside temperature differs a lot. So for example, if you have kept your oven at 170 degree, your oven from the inside will be heating up to 180 degrees. So invest into a good oven thermometer. We're just waiting for our cake to get set, then I'll cut a slice and show it to you.
How can we get your more cake recipes?
You can go to our Facebook page, Little Chicago. We have done quite a lot of video during the lockdown time. You will get a lot of videos, recipes on our page.
Can we use convection?
Convection, you're asking about the microwave. I generally don't bake anything in microwave. We always use oven, OTGs to bake. So I'm really not a right person to tell you how to bake in a microwave.
Somebody is asking why cake jelly is used in cake.
Sorry guys, I don't use any sort of artificial things in my cake. We like to bake everything from the scratch, no artificial products.
Which oven is best for home baker?
Go with Morphy Richards or Borosil. Both these ovens work the best.
Same procedure and measurements for cupcakes?
Yes. Only the duration of baking will decrease again because you have divided your batter into 8 or 9 different small tins. So the duration will reduce.
Any specific brand you suggest for an oven thermometer?
No, there is no brand as such.
Did you take any classes of cakes?
I have studied from Wilton School of Cake Decoration, Chicago. After completing my course in US, I started my own bakery. So see guys, this is a live and my duration is about to come. So this is melted, it's not yet set. I'm cutting it. So smooth that my knife will glide in. The cake is so smooth and so soft that my knife just glide inside. See the texture, how moist, and you'll see when you use the real chocolate, you'll see the shine which comes of using these Amul chocolates.
Somebody is asking, did you take any classes of cakes?
Okay, I do take online classes as well. Right now we are not taking any physical, we are taking only online workshops as well. You can see the texture is very, very soft. So I hope for me it is time to sign off. Whatever your questions are there, you can ask us later as well. We'll try to cover as much as I can. And thank you once again for joining us. Thanks a lot.